Hey YouTube, it is Rish Sheehan. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. Yesterday I did a video on Sir William McCray and a comment he made about on Mother's Day about women who had children, but because they weren't married, that made them illegitimate, or they weren't legitimate mothers. I associated that, or what he said, to the last agreement of Don Miguel Ruiz's 4 agreements, the last agreement being do your best. Well, I am a consummate reader. I'm voracious when it comes to reading. I listen to a lot of books now, though, through Audible. One of my favorite authors is Brene Brown. I have a lot of her books, though the latest book I have of hers is called I Thought It Was Just Me. Now, you have to know Brene Brown to know that she deals in shame, exposing shame and healing people from shame, or helping people heal from shame. She is one of my favorite authors because of her realness in dealing with shame and how shame causes so many problems in our day-to-day lives. So the reason why I am even posting again and talking about Sir William McCray again is because I feel that his goal, Mother's Day, was to shame women that have had children that are not married. It was to shame them. And I brought up his issues to shame him. It's a very vicious cycle. I felt that he was not in a position to shame anyone because he had his own issues that he needs to deal with. But who am I? Like, who is he to shame anybody? He can have his opinion. To me, they still are based in shame. My reason for responding was because there was some shame. My first daughter, I had her, I wasn't married. My first child, I wasn't married to her father. So when I saw that and heard him say that, it elicited shame. But there's nothing to be ashamed of. I brought a beautiful child into this world. A beautiful child who grew up to be a beautiful woman who has a child herself. I instilled in her that marriage was important. And she turned around and got married, but even if she didn't, I would not think she was, I don't think she was illegitimate now. And I wouldn't think that my grandson would be illegitimate. So what I have learned, and I continue to learn, because you can't stay stuck and stagnant in your thinking. It gets you nowhere to stay stuck and stagnant. It definitely doesn't get you anywhere to stay stuck in shame. I believe that William McCray is stuck in shame. A lot of the stuff he says, a lot of stuff he does is shame-based. He talks about other people's business. Gossiping is to place shame or talk about another person's quote-unquote shame. They're shameful things they're doing. Really, the person that talks the most about another person's shame is usually the person that has the most to hide in shame. So it did bother me that he said what he said. I felt some shame there. But now I understand. I've always understood it, but it just drove it home listening to this book today that I have no reason to be full of shame. When it comes to my daughter, when it comes to any choices I made, I'm a victim of child molestation. For a very long time, I felt shame behind that, as if I did it. I didn't. I'm not owning that. I'm not going to do anything but hold my head up high. People want to make me feel bad because I'm fat. They want to make me feel shame because I'm fat. The reason why I changed my YouTube name from Miss Glitterati to Riche Sheehan is because one of the trolls called me a fat pig. No, I'm sorry. She called me a fat bitch. So I looked up fat in the Google translator, the French translator, and the French language has like 3 different words that mean fat. One of them is riche, which also means rich. The other one, bitch, shin. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna own that. I have nothing to be ashamed of. So that's why I use the moniker Riche Sheehan. I am fat. I'm not going to be ashamed of that. I'm not going to allow you to make me feel ashamed about it. One of my favorite YouTube posts or people is Papa Swolio. It's one of my favorite ones. He has this thing against fat, and he says it quite a bit. I mean, that's your opinion. I'm not gonna feel ashamed about that. If you think I don't understand that being overweight, so let me just say this: being overweight, there is pain involved with being overweight. That's why I want to change it, not because of aesthetics, but because I'm tired of my ankles and my knees and my hips hurting. That's why. But until then, I'm going to dress as impeccably as possible. I'm going to be from head to toe fabulous. I'm going to own my stuff. I own it. I own me, my beauty, my charisma. I own where I'm at. Right here, right now. Now, I'm not going to allow people, or myself for that matter, who tends to be my biggest enemy is from within, to shame me about something that stuff I didn't have control over. I didn't have control over somebody sexually molesting me. I was 7 years old. I didn't have control over that. And if folks that talk about, you got control over your weight, I don't know if you've been paying attention, and this is not any condemnation, or you can have your opinion, but I don't know if you've been paying attention, but a lot of the stuff that they put in our food tends to pack on the weight, tends to pack on the pounds, and don't have a sedentary job like mine. Oh my God. You have to force yourself to exercise. And when you get done with the mental gymnastics that you use to do your job. At first I was a trainer, now my job is a business analyst. There's a lot of thought that goes into that. So once you get done with all that, and then again, this is not an excuse, it's just how I see my life. I come home, I'm tired. The goal, though, is to at least during the day get 4,000 steps. It would be nice to get 6,000, so when I get home, I only have to do 4,000. My goal is to get 10,000 steps in a day to help me lose weight, to help me get healthy, help my joints, and then try to throw in some yoga. Yoga has never been something I like, but I hear that it helps strengthen your core. And I need that. So, Brene Brown, again, of course, her book, again, is called I Thought It Was Just Me. She has a bunch of them. Daring Greatly. There's some other ones. Daring Greatly and I Thought It Was Just Me are the ones that come to mind. But she deals with shame, and she deals with it from a point of view from her point of view as far as how she's healed herself from toxic shame. She gives you an example of her experience, and she talks about her studies and her research. You can tell that Brene cares about this subject and wants to help people heal. She's just not talking out the side of her neck. That's what I appreciate about her. But again, shame. It's something to heal from.